Hey everyone, it's Char from Char's Fascination. Now, I do have a new sewing pile over here, but that sewing pile is specifically for a friend of mine. And I told you that I would stop doing this dress so I could get his going, because he has a debilitating disorder that makes him grow much like Andre the Giant, but we grow better as friends when we do nice things for each other. Yes. Gotta get some water if I'm gonna talk, right? So yes. I, right here, have started to pin. Isn't that gonna look nice? I don't care if the stripes are going in different directions. I just think that's kind of complimentary. So I'm pinning down the waistband on the back part. I try to get the camera working on the other device, but hey, I think we know that's all divisive. Whatever. They can continue to try stopping me. Good luck with that. Yes, I do have something wrapped on my wrist, because I'll tell you, all those hours of sewing, it can hurt your wrist. So what I generally do is just wrap a bandana around my wrist and tie it right there. So when you're sewing, you actually have like a little balance point if you have to put your hand, if you have to put your hand down. You have that, and it's great. So I will finish pinning this and then bring it to the machine, and then I will pin the front waistband on and then put that to the machine. Now, why is it that I'm not doing it, put them together, some, and then put it on here? Well, I'm doing that for a specific reason. I kind of want to test something out with holding the pocket and see if that works out better. Before I add, here's something. Before I add the almost finished bodice. Yes, look at that. I got that sewn down today. I like how that turned out. I really do. She got these cute little corners that go right here, and then the strap, obviously. And the strap, when I go to fit this to me, and then I'll go to put the strap to it, that should be really good. It should be no more than what I put on here. Exactly. So that's going to be really nice. And I really love how this is coming out nice and clean. And sewing this down, I did split the back open, like I said in the last video, for this dress. So I just want to get this dress knocked out of the way, and then mind my attention right back over to my friend's garments, which, I feel, he needed to be tailored to. When you have such a disorder, and a lot of people may not understand such disorders, and it's patience that it takes to be able to do this for somebody with such a disorder. And you know what though, I don't mind. Look, I used to babysit people with all sorts of disorders. I did. I used to care for them. Didn't matter who they were, what nationality, I took care of them. Helped their parents out. Their parents would need a little break, and they couldn't find any other babysitters. So I was like, I'll do it. I don't have any problem. Are you sure? Because our kid is like, I didn't have problems babysitting the deaf kids. They were teaching me sign language. Thank you. I can thank those young people that I babysat for teaching me a little bit of sign language back in the day, because that, you know, I was at a bus station one year waiting to go to Ohio. I was going to Cleveland one year, and there was a deaf man in the bus station, and I noticed that, you know, he was speaking sign language to someone, and you know, so I was figuring something out going on, and he and I stood there and we carried on a semi-conversation. And he was using his cell phone for some things. Now, you would think that the deaf wouldn't be no phone. That's not true. Well, if they can read, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's how you keep in touch with people. Plus, also, they have it set on cell phones where it's equipped for people with needs. The deaf, the blind people do have cell phones. And you might wonder why. Well, voice command. Voice command. So yes, absolutely. Everybody is included when it comes to that. Inclusion of everybody. Oh my gosh, like, right? When are a lot of these jacked up idiots gonna get that? Inclusion of everybody? You can't just say something and snap a color onto it. Look, I'm half black. All lives matter. That's what I gotta say about that. All lives matter. Pretty much. Can I cut the crap on that already? Look, it's bullshit. And I think we're all tired of the bullshit already. So let me finish getting this pinned on here, and I will be back with the pinning. I'm like looking down at the time there. I've only talked for like 8 minutes and some seconds, almost 9 minutes. It isn't really going to matter right now because I'm going to pause and come back. Okay, now that we're back, and you see I have this on the machine, and obviously I don't have it with this part turned under it. Now, I'm doing that for a reason. For now, just for now. So, let's begin this part of the process. Has anybody noticed Dr. Fishy disappeared? Yay. I don't really like that guy. He's creepy. He's one of the creepy downs. He is a creepy down. That's like child molester Joe Biden. And he is a child molester. How many of those little girls were severely violated when he was vice president? They were all, don't touch me, man. Hey, does anybody remember that one little girl that they just whisked away from Creepy Joe? I do. A lot of younger people may not remember that, but there was this little girl. I had to feel sorry for her. She was whisked away from Joe Biden because he put his hands on her breasts. That's inappropriate. Creepy, creepy, creepy. Just trust me, that's creepy. Oh, and Viv Mom, I hope you feel better soon because I know you're having a problem with sore tooth. Girl, I hope you feel better soon. Let me pause this. I'm almost done sewing that, and then we'll come back with doing the other side. See ya. See you on the other side. Yep, that's Ozzy Osbourne. I think this is a very clean looking, very nice. I mean, look at that. Isn't that nice? That's nice. And then Biden's running mate wants to make us have a communist. This was Bernie Sanders' idea. I don't like Bernie Sanders. Communist drug prices, like, so we won't be able to afford our medications. And I'm not okay with that. And you know why? Because I can't afford epilepsy medication, which by the way is very expensive, and I also can't afford my thyroid medication because that's also very expensive. Now, do I want that taken away from me? No. Would you want your mother's or your grandmother's or any of your family members' medication prices jacked up? I really don't think we want that to happen anywhere in America. Some of y'all need to think about that. Seriously. Yes. We do not want our elderly struggling for, again, between food and medicine. And I've seen a lot of older people struggle before, and we don't need that to happen again. Anyway, that's very clean. Oh, and the other thing is mail-in ballots for voting. I vote no on that. Virginia just tried to drive on with that, and their Democrats sent that to people's pets. People's pets. Are you kidding me? And dead people. Dead people. Serious. I see somebody's Antifa ass at a voting poll. I'm kicking somebody's ass. I have the right to voice, just like I'm right here. Keep your BLM and Antifa ass the fuck out my way, because I will kick it to the curb. And I'm just saying, I'll be back with the other part pinned and put it on the machine. Now, let's get back to this. I would have said normal, but we all know how that's been going too. I'm with Adam Sandoval, which I'll leave a link to his channel. Adam Sandoval. You gotta catch him on your there's so few channels I gotta catch him on. I have to agree with him. It's like, stay on back roads, go camping in certain areas where you don't need a mask, and you don't have to deal with a lot of BS. Yes, dude, I agree with that. Oh, by the way, at the K River campground, there's always distancing between the campsites. So we're kind of ending up right now because of Dr. Fishy, which, like I said, you don't really see him talking now, do you? About getting back to normal. It's because they're waiting until after November to see what's going to happen. Now, here's the bad thing. None of us want Pelosi in office. Oh, God. So here's something a lot of people don't understand. If a new president can't be put in office, the next person to take over is, of all people that we absolutely do not want. Hell no to Pelosi. Fuck her in her drunken ranting. She can't even talk. She's just as bad as Biden. She can't talk. The American people should have ice cream stuck in their freezer. Fuck you, Nancy Pelosi. Rotten whore. Oh yeah, I know this video is gonna get seriously demonetized because I don't really care for the Dems and their bullshit. And I could care less. Like, need stuff to do, need a subject? Absolutely. I gave you a subject. The truth about their fucked up Dem bullshit. Anyway. That's the other side of it. And then what we do is we bring this around here. Now the reason I want to bring this around here like this is we have the pockets, right? We have to make sure that each side of this is taught to a pocket. Makes sense. It absolutely makes sense. So since the back side one seemed a little shorter than the front side, I don't know, that's kind of weird. I cut them both the same size, but it ended up like that somehow. Maybe I think I know why. It was a little off center, that's all. Yeah, it's all. And that's fine. So that's remedied on this side. Yeah, that was a big piece of yellow in your face. Big piece of yellow in your face. Sorry about that, though. I think this is going to come along just fine. So let me get these ends put together, and then we'll pin that bodice onto it. Get the bodice sewn onto this, and then the last things to do on that is the straps, the shoulder straps, and hemming the bottom. Now, here's my thought on this. I have 2 layers of this on here. Do I want to hem them together, or should I just hem them separately? You know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, that's a thought, and I'll be back with, like I said, the sides here with the pockets. So it's actually a good thing that I tried the skirting on before I attached the bodice to this. Now, as you can see, like, well, I have my shirt tucked in. So I suppose if I don't have that tucked in right there, then you can tell where that cinches at the waist, which is great because it's actually, this will be one of those throw-on dresses. And yes, I do have it on inside out. When the pockets go in the front, that'll be great. Yes, I love the flow in the skirt. Look at that. Look at how nice and flowy that is in the skirt. Like, sometimes gotta, have a little humor in here. Yeah, that's like nice at the waist, right? I do have some room. Hey, look, if I have enough room to do this, that's good. Because that means I can still, like, pull that down a little bit here, which is good. I'm wearing a shirt under a shirt, so you guys won't have to worry about that. So, anyway, yes, it's not tight here. Definitely don't want it tight here because I got big butt and I cannot lie. But yes, these colors are nice. They do go well in this type of skirt, and we need to get this bodice on it. And sometimes, this is not a sponsor, I'm just saying sometimes when we need a little healthy snack and some energy with protein, that's your answer. Peanuts. At least I'm not allergic to peanuts. I know you, somebody might be like, what did she just say? No, just food. There are some foods I'm allergic to and some foods I'm not. But something can learn. It's that these little babies have protein. Oh yeah. And let's see, where is it? I think they have it like listed weird. So it also has 20 milligrams of calcium, which you may not even know that peanuts have calcium. Let's see, 8 grams of protein, 210 milligrams of potassium. You wouldn't know that. You're like going bananas and wondering where the rest of your potassium is. Bananas, potassium. It's funny. So, let me have a few more of these. Clean my phalanges and get back to this. So, as it seems, my whacked out neighbors seem to want to be having some assorted fight tonight. Man, that was loud. I think that dude needs to go get his head checked. That was loud, rude, and obnoxious. Like, well, no, that's typical of that neighbor. Loud, rude, and obnoxious. So I might actually have to pin this and come back tomorrow because Mr. Loud, Rude, and Obnoxious next door seems to be picking a fight with his wifey. And we don't need to hear that. Although I hope she wins because he's a jerk. He really is a jerk. Yeah, I think I've told you guys about him before. Like, he skirted up to me real quick and almost got some in his face. Like, don't do that to people that you don't know, because that person may know how to take your ass out. I'm just saying. once upon a time, and I guess he forgot this, this was once upon a time he was the most eligible bachelor in this county, but your ass ain't available no more, and she's, you know, she could have done better. Because he's a jerk. What the heck, you know? Anyway, guys, so I'm gonna finish putting this together. Oh, God. Yeah, the neighbors stomping around outside. So that just means there's gonna be some yelling, and I don't want that in the background. So I will pin this together, and it's getting hot in here while I'm making some clothes. And I want you to all stay happy, healthy, positive, and as always, stay blessed, because we will be back for the rest tomorrow. See you then.